here we are. I have been, well, as you can see, I've been messing about with the room, trying to get we're trying to get a sort of messy, abandoned place. So I've just been messing about. I wouldn't say I'm 100% happy with it yet, but I'm going to mess about with it and we'll see. But it's better than it was. It's got more stuff now. There's a couple of edits I do want to make. We're going to do those now on the tile sets. And if you've seen the title, it does say user interface today, and that's because we've got quite a few UI bits to sort out today mainly. We'll probably be doing a few things. Like we gotta check our scene, make sure it's running well, smoothly. So we do have to do a test play to check that. What else have we got to do? There was something else. Have I got my notes here? I've got a notepad file. Oh yeah, there's a couple of things I wanted to discuss as well. Like a couple of buggy things. But other than that, it's mainly UI things. Like there was something Juice suggested about keeping the text box up when the choices appear, so I'm going to look into that today. I also want to tidy up the map quest window and see if I can solve a little problem I've been having with that. And also generally sorting out the plugin, the journal plugin, and adding the objectives and the description of the text and stuff, and also thinking about what icons could symbolise what in the journal as well, because there is an icon generator, I believe, a plugin or something like that, so we can have a mess around in that too and see what cool icons we can make. We can think about what icons would be good to have for certain bits in the journal. And what else? So I also wanted to set up like the quest indicators on the mini map as well, because it would be really cool to actually show an indicator for where our lovely little girl Fiona is standing in Silent Haven. And yeah, because I want the mini map to be really informative, I guess, is that the word? Anyway, oh yes, please take my Monday blues. Dumps like 50-foot trash bags of Monday blues on your doorstep. You're a true tramp. Oh, yay. Monday's not too bad. And it's good to see you. I missed you. Well, I'm back now. 3 days without me. Friday, Saturday, Sunday without any Rose streams, which I kind of miss streaming. I'm very much enjoying streaming at the moment. I probably could stream another day, maybe, but I'm actually not going to, okay, because I do think the 3 days off long weekend do me good, and it gets me really refreshed for Monday and all the rest of the streams of the week. And I get a lot of time to do stuff behind the scenes as well, because I'm working on Raindrop Chronicles the weekend as well, just not streaming it. And because streams usually aren't the time for being productive, funnily enough, I usually end up talking to chat more than actually doing stuff for the game. But sometimes we have productive streams, but not always. And so off-stream time is usually the time for me to knuckle down and get stuff done. Look at those cute emotes, Neffel. I prefer you talking to chat more. Do you? You prefer me doing the chat talking than working on the game, Richard, do you? So what have you been up to? I myself got abducted by aliens, realised I was the chosen one, overthrew an evil galactic empire and installed myself as a supreme tyrant. That sounds really eventful. My goodness, why didn't I have a weekend like that? Mine was very, very, very boring in comparison. Literally just me sitting at my desk. Talking with chat is distracting, it is. I always like saying I'm a very interactive streamer though. And it is distracting, I'm not gonna lie. It can be hard to focus on something and talk to chat at the same time, but it is a joy. I don't know what I'd do without my chat. So I'd never be one of those streamers that like don't respond, if you know what I mean. I'll always talk to chat. Okay, so oh my goodness, I am getting a cold. And I don't like blowing my nose, as some of you might know. mentioned how I've never blown my nose in my life. I just sniff, and it's probably not good for me to do that, but I do it anyway. Right, so okay, there's a couple of things I wanted to do first. So yeah, we're going to just do some user interface stuff today, and also just finalise the cutscene, make sure it's working good and it's perfect. And really, once all that's done, we're ready to move on to the next bit. And I think it's really concentrating on the skills will be a big thing next, like getting the skills for the rest of the enemies in the forest done, and making them work well with whatever this early skills are of our first few classes as well, and getting a good balance in the battles and just sorting that out. And then really, once all the skill stuff's done and the battles, Everbloom Forest is more or less done. It's just the final boss then of the area and the little cutscene of whatever's gonna go on there. And then we're going to go back to Lakefall, the little village, and we'll think of some side quests and good side plots to have. And that'll all probably take place in the Everbloom Forest as well. And because it's fun to have side quests in games. And whatever the next main quest will be and wherever that'll take us next, we'll see, won't we? Balancing the battle can be difficult, especially with so many classes, yeah. And we are going to have a lot of classes, as you know. If you've seen our playable character forms, there's going to be quite a few, but we only need to focus on 3 of them so far, which is the warrior and hunter, which is the choice that you get at the start of the game, which one you want to be. So those 2, and vampire, which is Rose's class. So it's only going to be them that we focus on, and then when we finally get another party member join us, we'll think about their skills then. So that way we don't overwhelm ourselves by thinking of too many skills too soon. Okay, let's get Photoshop up because I have a few little bits to do in there. And oh yeah, in case you guys don't know, because some of you might have not seen, I am in the process of getting a website sorted for Raindrop Chronicles, so it's not up yet. It's kind of not working yet because it does need a few days to set up and stuff. So if you tried to type in the URL now, nothing would appear, but it's on its way. Exciting times, and I feel like I'm going to burp again. I feel like I have to do a massive burp. It always happens. This is why I reckon I'm allergic to OBS, because I keep wanting to sneeze and burp. And that doesn't happen in normally. Okay, so Photoshop, where are you? Here we are. So I was adding more things to our tile set that could go on in that cabin. There was an edit I wanted to make to a couple of them. What was the first one? Oh yeah, the first one was this, because the problem we've got at the moment is it's slightly going over the hole that we've got. If you can see here, the green grass is like over a hole in the ground, and so I'm gonna have to manually, because the kind of look I'm trying to go for is a really old cabin that's kind of really wrecked now, and the forest is kind of growing through it, sort of thing, in a way. I might change the colour of that grass though, so it matches more with the kind of mouldy moss on the cage, just for consistency. So I might do that too. But once we've sorted out these little graphical bits, I'm going to move on to doing some UI stuff. When do you predict you'll finish making the game? Oh, a long time. Because as soon as the game's over, guys, so is my Twitch career. This is like my Twitch thing now. What would I ever stream if I wasn't doing this, right? So a number of years, I'd say. But because this game is episodic, it's an episodic releases, it doesn't really matter when it ends, because of because when each episode comes out, that's something playable. So yeah, we think about more of when the next episode's going to be out rather than the actual end of the whole thing, I guess. Similar to how a TV series would work, you think about the next season when that's come out. You don't think about, oh, when's this show going to end? Because sometimes there isn't actually an end in mind. So this kind of works similar, I guess, to how a TV show would, except it's a game. Okay, so I think that would do. So we need a more yellow in the green, probably. I'll zoom out. So we want it to match with this green here a bit more. Yeah, I think that's what we need. More of that kind of green rather than the blue-green. That'll do. We'll get rid of this one because I'm not going to be using that on the walls. I did try it out, but I didn't like how it looked. And these two as well, I've made these more of a yellowy. What? It's not really yellow green. It's called snotty green or bogey green. That's the proper colour for it. Very, very flattering name for a colour. No, I don't want to colour you. I've already done you. I want to colour this one. There we go. And it'll match more with the cage colour now. Be a little bit more consistent. Because we don't want all the greens to be different. I know forests have a lot of different green colours in them. But still. And to be honest, because when we actually play the game, this room is going to have like a dark tint over it because the room's very dark, the windows are all shut. You're probably not going to see the colours much anyway. But let's close it down and reload it. We'll do a test play very soon so you guys can see how the cutscene is. And I'm quite happy. I did the push in the lake animation over the weekend and I really am happy with that. It's pretty funny. I like it. I'm okay with that. And I think the other thing I wanted to edit was there's something wrong with the colours in this, but I'm going to just alter them a little bit now. I also did put a cobweb here in this corner, but it looked too much, I felt. So I left it in the end. Look at that poor teddy. Okay, so yes, get Photoshop back up. And here's the bed. This bed was originally blue, but I thought I wanted it to be brown. Now I'm going for more of a beige colour scheme in this room, like forest colours, so I changed it from blue to brown, but it's made the colours go a bit weird, I have to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something. I think what it is, it's made like a sort of blue tint rather than a black one. So I'm going to do like a blending thing and see if that brings those colours back. Okay, so I'm not going to do it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. Oh no, I don't want it on all of them, just this one. I mean, it's fine as it is. I'm just being extra fussy here. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing today? Did you make the graphics yourself? No, guys. I tried to be very, very clear about the assets, and because of time reasons, there's absolutely no way I can do the art and everything else in the game. It's just not realistic for one person. So I am like taking graphics that are already existing. Mostly the RPG Maker graphics that the community have edited. Sometimes I do have to make edits, a lot of edits and additions to the art, because nothing, you know what I mean, there's always something out there that doesn't exist. Like Carol the Barrel, for example. There was no barrel, Lady Barrel on the internet, so I had to create it myself. Carol the Barrel's our very first person we talked to in the game, by the way. She's a very important part of the adventure. So yeah, I created her myself, and sometimes I will be creating some of the assets myself, but definitely not 100% of them. Just, it wouldn't be realistic. Are you just trying to make that bed darker? I'm trying to get rid of the kind of blue tone in it, because what I did, I changed the colour of it from blue to brown, and it's kind of still got a sort of, if you can tell, it's got a sort of blue tint to it. I'm being extra fussy here. So I'm trying to make it more grey than blue, if you get what I mean, and I'm hoping the blending modes can do that. But yeah, I could just mess around with the saturation and the colour effects in the adjustments menu, but yeah, I think that'll do as it is anyway. Yeah, that's not too bad, so I'm going to just save that there. And it doesn't matter much, because this room that we're doing anyway here is going to be really kind of dark, so you're not going to really see too much of the original colours. So I'm going to open it up again. Replace colour, yeah, that's what I used to change it from blue to brown. And I think that's kind of why it messed up a little bit, because it didn't like change the colour of the whole bed, if you know what I mean. It just picked a certain tone of the blue out of there. But it doesn't look awful. It's just a little bit blue, if you know what I mean, on this like particular darker area here, rather than black or grey. We could let's just mess around more and be bus pot again. So merge no, not merge visible, just merge those layers. We could mess around with the replace colour again and see if we can grab those particular colours, but yeah, it tends to like, I don't want to saturate too much, because then it changes the whole bed, and I do like the brown. So here we go. You could also have tried selecting the blanket part if you won't change, and just adjust the hue of it till you get more of a brown colour. Yeah, we'll mess around with it. I mean, this is one of those things I could fuss about with off stream. It's just a very small thing. Hi Rex, how are you doing? So good to see you. How are you doing today? Have a good morning. Okay, so let's do a test play, guys. I'm going to pause the background music we've got so we can actually do a test play and see how it's all looking. And I want you guys to see the push in the lake animation as well, because I'm excited to show you that. Look at my fancy fans. Oh yeah, I've just noticed that. I think the only people that have that are you and Chub Cheeks, because most of the people that have founders badges were people I ended up banning. As sad as that is to say, because obviously when I first started on Twitch, my community probably wasn't as lovely as it is now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for you and Chub for being some of the early subs. That's really nice of you. But not everybody was a wonderful human back then. Music gone off. Yep, we're about to do a test play, Azrael. So I don't want the you know, the background music blending in with the in-game music, otherwise that would make all your ears bleed. And I don't want to be responsible for that. Put the original image in Discord and I'll see if I can change the whole blanket. Oh, that's very generous of you, Eric. Hang on, what is this called? Inside B. Can I give you the whole tile set just for quickness? Because I'm lazy. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Marcus, for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay, I'll do that now then. Hopefully Discord will let me upload this and it won't say it's too big or something like that. Because it's known to do that sometimes, so. Right, so I've got to go through a few folders here to find it. Is it inside 5? No, inside B. There we go. So you better work. It's uploading, it seems. Okay, so it should be in Discord, in the Raindrop Chronicles ideas part of the Discord at the moment. It's just sitting there. So it's that brown messy bed. Basically, you know what it is. It's the one that looks blue. Because if you look at the ones next to it, let's get it up. These brown ones here, they have. You see the difference? They just look nicer, the colours, than this particular one. They're more like black shadow, and that's like a blue shadow. So yeah, I was trying to kind of get it to look like that. I know it can be difficult because you know, with editing to get something to look like that, but maybe there's already a brown bed like that on the internet somewhere, but you know, it might take a lot of searching. The music can blow your eardrums. Yeah, it's just a lot easier to mute it if I'm doing a test play. We'll put it back on after, when the test play is finished. So here we go, and I'll walk you guys through it and I'll explain any of the parts that I'm going to probably edit. I also added some sound effects as well. I got a rose hiss for her character, and there's a couple of other sound effects I added as well, and they're not too bad. I use the freesound.org website, I think. You don't like that? You prefer it without the music? I personally like having the music in the background. I'm not one for having it super loud. I prefer you guys can hear me talk over the music, of course, but here we go. I just like Final Fantasy music, so. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you through this. As you can see, we got a bug at the moment in the corner there. That's our quest map window. So it will always have the most active quest. At the moment, for some reason, the text is going black. I was messing about with that and I think I've solved the bug, but it's been a butt face, I have to say. I solved it, but then another problem happened when I solved it, so I had to put it back. But I have an idea for how I might do it, so I might have a look at that soon, because we are going to have a little mess about with the user interface today, and that does involve that. I also I want to change the look of the window. I'm thinking rather than have a box, have it kind of not have a box and just be the text, but it would need a kind of shadow behind the text so it doesn't blend too much in. You know what I mean? Because otherwise the text might not be visible. The box kind of keeps the text visible, but it could look a lot prettier without the box. So we'll see. We'll have a mess around. I'm going to have a mess around with the window UI later and see what we can do. And the icons as well. We've currently got a gold star and like 2 grey circles, but they're the default and I'm not very fond of them. So we're definitely going to change those to some prettier icons as well. But if I get the menu up, it goes back to normal then, like the text goes to the colour it should be over. It's a very strange bug that is, I have to say, the black text. Okay, so we're going to push in the lake, okay? So I hope you're ready to see this. We found the perfect face for pushing her in the lake at the end of the stream on Thursday. It was perfect. But it looked really weird to only have that face, so I've mixed it up and I've put a few faces there. So you'll see. But we start off with the we call it the nanny face because it's like pure shock. Don't forget about Young Fly's icon. Oh yeah, that was what I was. I've actually got that tabbed up so we can have a look at that and see what cool icons we can make. Pushing egg. I think I'm going to change. At the moment it's in like the little stars thingy but for the actions, but I might change it to square brackets actually, because I was looking at some UI from other games that have like choices and I saw how they do actions and they kind of use square brackets a lot. Most games do. It seems to be the general thing, so I'm going to do the same. And I want to I do like the sort of greyish half transparent background for this, but I want to smooth it a bit so that the edges aren't so, you know, I want to, yeah, we'll mess around with that too. She's not very happy. Yeah, I kind of wanted to show her getting out the lake as well, because it felt very random that she was walking into this room all of a sudden, but with her actually like turning around and moving to get out the lake, it kind of makes it make a bit more sense. I also changed something as well. When her brother Nigel gives the quest, I actually say that her name's Fiona, so that way we don't have to go through her introducing herself to us, because the brother's said what her name is, so, and I think that worked better. Oh yeah, the fish animation. I forgot about that, but yeah, I did do the fish animation. She throws a fish at the hero basically because she's mad at him, and the fish is on the floor. And she's a little bit wet. I haven't done the dripping animation yet. Still got to have a little mess around with that. It's on the list though. I called it Rose After a Thorn Flower picked. I really kind of want that flower to be in this room as well. So we need a rose asset in like a vase or something. We can put it on the table maybe. That would be cool. Yeah, and the one thing we do want to do, a major thing for today, which I don't know how I'm going to go about it yet, but I'm going to do some Googling. Keep the dialogue box up when the choices appear. That was something Juice mentioned would be cool. So it'll just be handy as well to have that, because sometimes you forget what they said. And yeah, places will be a different colour to the rest of the text as well. In the dialogue branch thing we did on draw.io, I didn't have Rose speak twice, but I figured it would be a good idea to show a sort of reaction when Fiona mentions that she should be fed to the monster. So I did add a little extra reaction bit from Rose there, so she talks twice throughout the whole conversation. Okay, so one thing I probably do need to add in this as well is to show that the previous quest was completed, because we've got a quest accepted for the next quest, and obviously the journal will update, so I'll have to do that too. But we do need to say that the Lost Sister quest was completed. And then also we've got Rose following us now. We had like a little cage sound as well. To like make it sound like she's being let out the cage. Unfortunately, we're walking all over the walls at the moment, so we'll have to put some tile set restrictions up. But yeah, she's in our party now, and then we can go back outside, and then it zooms out again. So yeah, the objectives would probably be something like, well, the obvious one I can think of is go to the heart of the Everbloom Forest, because that was what Fiona said for us to do, so we'll probably say something like that. But she's following us now, and she is with us in the party, and I'm not 100% sure we're going to keep the default menu exactly like it is here. We might make some changes, but we haven't really got to that stage yet. But when the time's right, we might have a mess around with the menu and see how we can make that look more attractive as well. But for now, it's doing its job, and we've got the quest journal thing here. So yeah, it'd be cool to use the icon generator to pick some good icons for these, because I'm not a fan of the defaults. So something for in progress completed, and something for the quest as well. I'm wondering if each quest should have a different icon for it. Something to represent the quest, maybe. It's more work and more icons, but it makes each quest a little bit more stand out, a bit more, a little bit distinctive. And yeah, we have to write all this text up. The objectives icon, I don't like that, so that will be changed as well. Yeah. So as you can see, that is it. The cutscene ends at this point. The quest log will have updated, and the current active quest, the previous one, will be complete. The only thing that we do have to do is make Fiona here. We're going to have to add a switch on her and make her disappear, because obviously we don't want to talk to her again. So we'll have to get rid of her. And this bee as well, this sprite, obviously this is a monster that we can fight. I want to get him out of the way. I'm going to set his own custom path and somewhere at the sides, because I find it a bit distracting when we had the cutscene and the conversation with Fiona, seeing that bee flying everywhere. So he does need to have a custom path, because at the moment he's on random, so he's literally going anywhere, and I'm not a fan of the random, because it goes a bit out of control. Sometimes the monsters get stuck and they go places where you don't want them to go. So yeah, I'll give him his own like custom path. Back from school, how is everyone? Hi Carmen, how are you doing? I hope you had a good day. And Rubson as well, how are you doing today? So yeah, I have just give you a little preview of our cutscene, and we'll probably have a little peek at it a few times over the next few streams, because we'll make a couple of edits maybe, but it's mostly there and working and doing its job. So let's go back to RPG Maker, and let's put the music back on as well. So I'm going to hide Photoshop for now, because we're finished with the tile set stuff. Think I got it? Yeah, you did it, Eric. Have you actually done it? Make sure you let me know what your process was as well for getting it like that. So I know in the future as well, because that would be really handy to know. I know my way around Photoshop, but I'm not very good at editing things in Photoshop as much as I am actually making graphics and stuff. It's still a learning process. We'll upload it to the Discord in a sec. Yay! By the time, like, you know, we're pretty much through this game, I'll be a pro at editing assets though, because I'll have done it so much. Hi Muffin Mance, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Right, so I've got a list of things here. Oh yeah, there was something I tried to do and it failed miserably over the weekend. What it was footsteps, as in the sound of footsteps, not actually visually, but the sound. Because I thought it would be really immersive to, like, when characters and the player walks, you hear like footsteps depending on what they're treading on. Like, for example, with wood flooring, it would be a different sound to say if they were on the forest floor, which would sound a lot more cushy and like they're treading on grass. But in here it would sound like more wood. So yeah, and there was a plugin that could do that, and I was really excited. I thought, perfect, we can get like footstep sounds, and it's Yanfi's footstep sounds plugin. And I'm really kind of disappointed by how buggy some of Yanfi's plugins are, because the quest map one is one for a start. We've had a couple of bugs with that, and basically what happened was sometimes like the footsteps the sound would be in the background when the character wasn't even walking, as if like it was really weird. I thought, well, we can't have that. And another problem was it didn't even have the player character's footsteps when he walked in the cabin, but it had the little girls. So there was a couple of weird bugs there. I wonder if there's any other footstep plugins that are better, but that seems to be the one that's always mentioned and recommended, which is unfortunate because it didn't work out for me. Uploaded it under the one you sent. Let's have a peek then. I'll have a little look. Oh my goodness, how did you do it, Eric? What was your trick? It looks good though. I'm gonna open it now and I'm gonna save it, and then I'll just save it as what over it, and then it'll automatically change it. Hooray, thank you for that. That was very generous of you to offer. Tile sets. Okay. So it should update it now. I'm going to just close it and open it up again. Oh no! Oh, we're being so silly, guys. I've accidentally shut Steam down instead of RPG Maker. And now my stream avatars has gone. Ah, butterface. And I'm going to have to load Steam up again now. No, I like my stream avatars. Glad you're doing good, Kermit. Basically went through and replaced each colour with a shade of other blankets colours, bit meticulous, but gets the best results. That's really good. I figured I might have sorted it out eventually, but I would have spent all stream trying to figure it out, and it would have been a waste of time when we could have been doing other things. So I appreciate you doing that for me. And what else was I going to say? I'm very still keen on having footstep sounds in the game. So I'm going to see if I can solve that problem that I was having with the bug with the footsteps. Hopefully. But for now I'm going to put it on the side. I'll leave it for now and introduce it at a later date. So I want to focus a bit more on some of the other things that we need to do first. Made life simple? Yeah, Sprite. I've got graphic scale as well, which I don't think is probably as good as Sprite. But graphic scale's my baby and I've been using it for about 5 years, so I'm very attached to it. Also, Steam, what are you doing? let's get stream avatars open again, guys. Can we've lost our avatars because I was silly and crossed it off. There we go. Huzzah. I saw you're getting more Raindrops Elite as well. Exciting times. Okay, we should have a new bed when we reload it up. There we go. Perfect. It matches perfectly with the curtains now, just as I wanted it to. TY. What are your thoughts on the room, guys? One thing I wanted to have was like floorboards, like cracked floorboards and stuff, and maybe some sticking up, just for extra detail. But there was nothing. There was no assets of that, which surprised me actually, because I thought that maybe there'd be sort of a ruined look. At least one tile set that was like that, but there wasn't any for floorboards. They do have loads of holes in the ground and things like that, but no floorboards. So if I'm going to do that, I'd have to do it myself. And I might do it, but we'll see. We'll add it at another time if so. So let's just see what the next stage is. Oh yeah, the switch to the little sister animation. So here she is. So what we're going to do is add a new page with no image, and we'll call it Cutscene Fiona. I don't think we've got one. Call it Fiona, or maybe just say quest complete. Main quest 1 complete. I need to get more organised with the naming of all these switches, because I don't have like a organised way of doing it at the moment. It feels a little bit all over the place. We're still very early on in the game. We haven't made many switches, so if I change them now, it wouldn't be too bad. So that main quest 1 complete, and then that will get rid of her. She won't be on the map anymore, which is what we want. And we'll go to the cabin event, and we'll turn it on at this point. So that's the way I do it with switches. Whether there's other ways and better ways, maybe. But yeah, I have main quest 1 complete and main quest 2 in progress. So basically that is this, which stops the event repeating itself. So that is sorted now. It's one job done. I'll probably have to do a test to make sure it works though. Hey, whatever tool you're good with, use it. Learn new programs on your off time. Yeah, everybody loves the Asprite. I hear about it a lot. What a good pixel art program it is. So I'm definitely very curious about it for sure. But at the same time, I want to get attached to the programs I've always been using. I tried using GIMP once, and then I ended up just uninstalling it because it was just so. I wasn't used to it. So I thought I'll stick to Photoshop. Okay, so next task. I'm going to just put done in brackets for the things that I've done. I'm very thirsty today. My throat's very dry. Okay, look how to keep text box up when choice appears. So yeah, we'll have to do another test play anyway to see if this text box is stays up. So I did Google this. Let's have a look. Somebody seems to have is trying to sort this out. In a specific situation, I have to use scripts to display a message that will provide info for the choices or works. I'm not sure this is the one, because he's saying he wants info to appear for each choice, I think. So this is what he did. Those are the choices and this is the message box. So what we just want to do is have the literal previous dialogue box stay up and not go off. It's like something so simple, and I'm surprised it isn't already like that anyway in RPG Maker. But we're going to try this out. I'm not 100% sure it's exactly the same as what we're trying to do, but we'll see anyway if it works. Hi Chris, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good Monday. Monday's the best day of the week, isn't it? Hi Rosa Chat, how's the RPG Maker going? Is your Monday going good? Yeah, Liquid, how are you doing? It's good to see you. It's going well. My throat's getting very dry. It's probably from all the talking and because I'm getting a bit of a cold, but other than that I'm doing wonderful. And I hope you are too. And the RPG Maker's going good. We're just sorting out a few little bits and bobs today. Tidying things up. And we got a website on the way as well, so excited about that. Okay, so let's see how they handle this. Okay, so it seems like literally all I've got to do is add those lines, and that's, he says he gets the message to come up then. But where? Where do we put those 3 lines? I'm not sure. Let me read. Okay, so he adds those first. And then he adds those after. And it's a script. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here, but we'll try. I'm a little bit confused, but we'll give it a go. If this works, I'll be very surprised because I don't have a clue. So where's our first choice? Here. Main mods, but was interested in actual game design. Awesome. Do you think you'll ever make a game? Or are you going to stick to your mods? That's really cool, though. What games do you mod for, mainly, Liquid? Are you a princess or a fairy? I'm neither, Chris. I'm a vampire. That's me. I generally just edit other people's mods for my own game, Fallout and Skyrim especially. Oh, what mods in Skyrim? Skyrim's a great game to mod. Okay. I don't understand what I'm doing right now at all. I'm literally just doing what that form says, and I know I have to change what's in here eventually, but I want to just test it first and see what happens. I think this isn't going to work at all. but you know, there's no, I don't think there's any other forum post. But I'll have a peek. It just seemed like such an obvious thing to. Right, let's get rid of the sound for now, because I think we're okay for testing sound at the moment. We're only testing visuals, so we'll do some muted test plays and keep the background music on. A vampire, yeah, that's where my surname Rainblood comes from, and all the bat emotes. The fact that I'm super pale, stay awake at night, don't age, all those things make me a vampire. And many, many more things, I'm sure. Just an average guy. Being a vampire is cool. Anti-mosquito spray. As long as you don't have anti-vampire spray. Okay, so this was the random script I put in, and as we can see, it miserably failed. it didn't even stay up. If it stayed up and did the job, then fair enough. But it didn't work. I'm gonna just delete that because I felt it was a bit weird anyway. There's got to be another way to do this well. RPG Maker MV. Keep message box up. Choices. Show you guys what we got. Okay. It will call the text box to close first before the choice is shown. Yeah, that's the problem. Is there any way to prevent this from happening? I like to be able to use a common event and what conditional branches to display text. Yeah, I think this is what we do. Put in the text. Oh, putting the text inside the conditional will make it show with the choices. It won't look as neat in the events, but it will look more polished to the player. I don't get what that means, but apparently we can do it. I don't know why the RPG Maker isn't coming up for you guys. Here we go, it's here now, so you can see what I'm actually reading. If it works for mosquitoes, it should work for vampires. Oh no, keep that spray away from me then. I don't want to be dead. 341 mods. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. And yeah, I've not played Fallout 4 with mods, but I've played Skyrim with mods, and it can be a very time-consuming thing to sort out, but it's totally worth it because mods make Skyrim frigging awesome. Okay, so let's just have a look in the event again and see if we can change where the text is. I want to do a big massive sneeze again. Yeah, I'm pretty confuzzled because it says that we can put the text in, but it won't let us as far as I'm aware. There's no, unless it means don't put the weight frame there. If we get rid of the weight frame, will that work? Will it stay up then? I doubt it, but we can always test it. Frostfall. My goodness, Frostfall makes it hard, doesn't it? If we do a few test plays of this and we don't have much luck with it, I'm going to just put it to keep it to the side for now and go back to it. Oh! It's actually done it. Seems too good to be true, but it's done it no way. So literally all I had to do was get rid of the weight, the 10 frame weight, and it's there. Okay, so yeah, I think we've done it. There's a couple of times that we have to do this. There's also this conversation here where we get the choice. So if we get rid of the 10 frames there, then she should say that and that it'll stay up. Yeah, and that's the only choice, so it's cool. I think we have to do it down here as well because we have it here twice depending on what branch you have, so we'll get rid of it there as well. As for the optional questions, we don't need to keep that one up because they're not really relevant to the conversation anyway. Let's do a quick test play again to see if it works with the one at the lake. Probably won't be playing Skyrim after 10 years without mods. Complete main quest many times. Yeah, and you know what? I've never even completed the main quest of Skyrim. I haven't played it as much as most people, but I've definitely put more than 200 hours into it since it came out. And I just do all the other stuff in the game. Like, I wander around and do my own thing in Skyrim. I never even do the main quest. I do some of them, but I definitely don't finish the whole thing. I literally just love exploring the world and just doing random quests. Okay, so that seems to be fine. I think we've solved that problem, so I'm gonna put done in brackets for that as well. And there was one little thing I wanted to do. I'm gonna change the asterisk to square brackets because I looked at most UI, I looked at some UI examples and nearly all of them tend to use square brackets for actions. So I think it'll look better too, more visually appealing. I don't know if we need the italics there though, because I think I've got it. We'll get rid of that. And is that the only time we have the choice? I think it is. Yeah, so done. Save. There are mods to improve vampirism. Funnily enough, I wasn't a vampire with any of my characters in Skyrim. I tend to play as a mage. I like the magics in Skyrim. Never played as a melee character in Skyrim. Always go for the mage for some reason. Okay guys, one sec, I'm going to BRB for a few, and when we're back we're going to, let's look at our list. I'm going to, oops, wrong screen, all over the place. I'm going to tidy up map quest window. We'll make the UI better for that. And then we'll look at the icon generator, see if we can pick some better icons and stuff. So maybe look into map quest indicators as well. Okay, that'll be really cool to have that visually on the mini map. Okay, so I'll be back shortly. Don't miss me too much. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here I am. Right. Right, so UI. I'm going to do a test play and I'm going to take a screenshot of how it currently looks and we're going to edit it and make it look even better. Because I'm not really too fond of the boxed look for the quest windows. I much prefer it in games when the quest window isn't in a box. So we'll see if we can do something awesome with it. But first of all, we do need to fix this black text mess as well that we've got. So I'm going to talk about what my idea is to get rid of that. But first, let's get this UI sorted. So I'm going to print screen that. Cross it off. Now let's go turn it off. That's all we needed to do. I'm going to open paint and keep this here as a visual guide. Meowdy, how are you doing, Kaz? Good, happy Monday to you. I hope you're having a happy Monday. I am. So I'm hanging out with you guys. That's why I'm having a good Monday. Okay. So, first of all, Photoshop. We're going to open Photoshop and we're going to open the quest window that we're using. So it's in system, I think, image system, and we have two, one called message and one called window. So I'm going to open them both. We'll get Photoshop up. These are the two like UI windows we're switching between in the game. Sometimes I have like a squared window, and sometimes I use one that's rounder edges with more pattern. It all depends on what the window is, but I kind of switch between the two. The one I'm currently using for the map quest window is this one. So we're gonna copy this and we're gonna make a complete new one. So what should we call this? I'll call it quest window. It's a good name for it. Mia's back. Yay, welcome back as well, Nethel. Okay, so I'm not very experienced when it comes. I'm gonna just cross these off actually. So we'll save a change because we're not messing about with the tile set for now. Might still make a couple of edits to the cabin, maybe add some floorboards. Hopefully I'll have to do those myself though, but I'll cross them off for now and we'll focus on this. So this is the first time I've really messed with the quest windows properly, so it'll be a bit of trial and error. But I'm going to see what happens if we get rid of the box, because like I said, I kind of don't want a box for the quest window, but I also don't want the current blue overlay we've got either. I kind of want it to be completely see-through, but no, it won't work see-through, and I'll tell you why in a sec. But for now, I'm going to literally get rid of both of them and have nothing. And this won't be how we have it, but I want to just see how it looks without the box first of all. So I'm going to save this. And then what we have to do then is go in RPG Maker into the plugin settings, map quest window, and there's a part where I have to change what window skin we're using. So I'll change that to quest window, the one that we just edited in Photoshop, and now we'll do a test play and see how it looks. It's going to look terrible, but at least we can see how it looks without a box. We're going to have to make a few changes to make it look prettier. So here we go. My goodness, guys. Hi, Silent and Lost. How are you doing? How wonderful it is to see you today. And Storm Eagle as well. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm back. I took a week break from the internet last week, so I missed a bunch of happenings. But that's okay because I use my time away from naughty internet distractions like Twitch and Discord being extra productive. Well done, Silent, because we do need that break sometimes. It's very good for our mental health and to come back feeling refreshed and regenerated. And of course, if it helps you be more productive, then can totally get that too. But it's lovely to see you back. And there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm sure you've missed. Well, just to catch you up on stuff, we've basically been working on dialogue and cutscenes for the first main quest with the little girl by the lake. So we've kind of done all that cutscene now. And I'm basically doing a lot of tidying up at the moment. I've kind of just finished tidying up the cutscene. And I'm messing about with the UI at the moment. And we're going to get the UI looking good. So the first part of the UI I'm working on is the map. The map quest window, which shows the most active quest in the corner. We're going to make that look a lot cooler and more badass. Is it just me? Is the music kind of twisted and spooky? This music in the background, Storm Eagle, this is a very famous track from Final Fantasy 14. If you play Final Fantasy 14, I'm sure you would recognise it. And hi, Pulse. How are you doing? This is Battle Sam. I just realised I did look into the glitch this weekend. I'll take a look later today when I'm not busy. I knew I'd been forgetting something. It's good to see you. And I 100% know that you're Battle Sandwich. How could I ever forget? And also, Battle Sandwich, Pulse. I don't know which one to call you now. That would be super helpful, but don't you worry, I am trying to fix the problem myself as well, and I guess it's a race to whoever does it first, yeah? Because I'm kind of doing that today in a way. I'm messing about with the map quest window and trying to figure out if we can get a solution for the little bugs we've been having, but I'm kind of working on the visual UI for it at the moment as well, because I'm not very into the box. So yeah, we got the black text issue. I've narrowed it down. I've narrowed the black text issue down a little bit actually. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. Maybe give us some ideas. So this is the problem we're not having the box. Obviously we cannot see the text. So what we're going to do, we're going to add like a sort of shadow behind it so that the text is visible. And we'll see how that looks then. Because yeah, we cannot see it all. But I do think it'll look better than having the box, because we've already got a box here for the map and we don't want it being too boxy, if you get what I mean. I'm not sure I like the look of too many boxes on the screen. But if people don't like having the quest, you can turn it off. Active quest window can go off if people want, just as you can turn the map off if you want as well. But honestly, this is the kind of game that you will really benefit by having the mini map, because it's going to show all your quests and everything, the enemies and stuff. So it is a good idea to have it, but it's nice to know you can hide it. So quest window on. So yeah, it comes back on then. But we're going to add a shadow and we'll see how it looks with a shadow. And we're going to change those icons as well, because they're not attractive, are they? And right, so first of all, exit. And I kind of figured out the issue, sort of, with the black text. So I'm going to mention that now. I'm going to talk about what I found out. Oh man, if you're working on it right now, I feel a bit late. Sorry about that. Don't you worry at all, Pulse, Battle Sandwich. It is not your responsibility at all. But obviously, if you do help out, it's super appreciated. But it's never something forced upon you. So don't you worry at all. It's quite fun to be able to work it out anyway, and I feel quite proud being able to work something out. And to be honest, maybe I won't figure it out. Maybe I'll just need to get a rush solution together. Maybe there's a better solution to what I'm doing that you could figure out. Who knows? But I'm going to see if my way will just fix things for now, temporarily at least. And hi Jesus, oh my goodness, how you doing Jesus? I've called my custom hero Jesus in this game. It's great, isn't it? It's a great name. This reminds me of a picture where Jesus is really buff and he's tearing off a cross. Yeah, it's so cool. I don't even know why I called my custom hero Jesus, but just did. First person to come into my head. Okay, so yeah, what it was. So let's go here just so you can actually see what it says. It might look small. I don't know how small this looks on your end, but basically, oh no, it's not this one. It's actually this one. There's something here in the plugin settings for MapQuest window called Event Update. And it says it updates window when switches, variables, party members and or items, weapons or armors change. And when I put yes on that and do a test play, something happens. So we'll do that now. I have to turn it off though because it's a disaster what happens. But it does fix the black window problem. Because it obviously has to refresh and update or something. But for some reason, when this is on, it causes serious lag. So as you can see, we don't have the black text problem anymore. If we have that as yes, then no, but we've got some major lag going on. And I think it's because there's too much happening. Maybe having that constant updating or something just slows the game down drastically. Because Jesus can barely move now. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful. So once I cross that off, well, cross it off, what am I talking about? Once I disable it, let's get it back up. Question, no. MapQuest window, there we go. Once we turn it off and put it on false, it's fine. The lag goes away and all is happy with the world again. But unfortunately, we have the black text plugin come back. So that's kind of narrowed it down. At least we know that that's the thing that's causing the black text. We don't have the lag. It's all smooth and awesome. So what it is, let's read that again so we can get a good idea. Yeah, updates windows when anything changes in the game, the variables and all that. So for some reason it needs to constantly refresh to ensure that the black text doesn't happen. It's really weird. See how things work out. It's still something we help out with afterwards. I'll give it a shot. Awesome, Paul. You're the best. Pardon me, I'm getting the burps again. I get the burps when I stream. I don't know what's going on. Helen Keller. Favourite colour. I bet you can't guess my favourite colour though. Does Jesus get a movement buff if walking on water? Well, sadly, Jesus isn't allowed to walk on water. He's a fake Jesus. He's fake. Excuse me, cringe jokes. These are brilliant. I don't even get jokes, guys, so I apologise if you ever say a joke in chat and I don't get it. It's one thing that I struggle with. Jesus is buff. He carried the cross himself. What are you guys going to call your custom hero Jesus as well? You're going to copy me or you're going to make your own? My guess is purple. Light purple, dark purple. Wow. I do like the pinks, the reds and the purples, but I also like greens and blues as well. I kind of like all colours in a way. I appreciate all colours. Jesus forever. when the first episode comes out though, guys, and you have to create your custom hero, I want to see all the screenshots of what your custom heroes look like. I'd love to see. Okay, so that has to stay on now. And there was one solution I had for this. I feel like I want to do a sneeze. There's something here called refresh active window. So if I actually add this as a plugin command, it also has the same sort of effect as if I have that event enabled. So this is a parallel trigger, so it's always constantly running. but it means that it still creates lag. So I think we only need to do it once when the map first opens, rather than have it on parallel. Maybe that'll fix the issue. Because it works, but then we got the lag again. So yeah, it's definitely because it's constantly doing the updating that's the problem. So we could probably solve it by giving it its own event, maybe, and having a switch on it or something to turn it off. So if we put it on parallel, and then because I was messing about with this last night and I don't know if it did work. I'm gonna have to give it a proper test play to see, but and put it on all the maps and have a look. I don't even know if this is a good way of doing it. It might be awful, but it could be a quick solution and it might solve the problem. But all that'll do is it'll refresh the map quest window every time, well, when they go onto this map, and we might have to put it on every single window to prevent that black font plugin, that black font bug. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. But it's really messy and unnecessary. But what else can we do to solve the silly bug? So let's just keep that for now, and hopefully, listen, if we do another test play, it might be working fine now if it doesn't refresh the window once. Calling your character not Jesus is a sin. Oh, is that true, Storm Eagle? He's great. He looks just like Jesus. I did a really good job of creating him. Love natural leafy greens, but also vivid purples and blues and deep reds and brown even. Don't know if I could pick a favourite. Yeah, because it's weird, because I am drawn to the pinks and the reds and the purples, like that side of the colour wheel I think is really pretty. But I'm like, but I also really love the blues and greens too. Like, earthy colours are gorgeous. So, you know, I guess it depends what my mood is for what colour I like. If I name my character after myself, he'd be Jesus anyways. That's very true. Maybe you could make an even better Jesus than me, Jesus. I want to see what your Jesus looks like. To be honest though, there's not really, you know what I mean? Give him a beard, give him long dark hair, brown or black maybe. And like give him colour to his skin and he'll be Jesus. No matter what. You can't really make him, you know, there's not much more you can do to make him look like Jesus. Gonna be lurking, I think, at least for a good while. But all the loves, Rose and chatting. Thank you for that, Pulse, and thanks for being fabulous and for all the help. Have a good luck. Sick boy, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good Monday, sick boy. Decent enough, little early to know if it's going well or not. Well, I hope it goes awesome. And I'm very honoured that you've come to hang out so early in the morning with me. My character for definite is the vampire liquid in a cute RPG like this. Yeah, it's a cute RPG. Did you read my ideas on Raindrop Chronicles ideas? Oh, that was you, Storm Eagle. I get confused because your name in Discord's different to Twitch. I kind of saw that you put something, but I never got round to reading it just because it's, you know, I've been super busy over the weekend, but it's there and I would for sure give it a read. And as for anything that's like story ideas or anything like that, it's probably going to just sit there until the time comes and we get to the point in the story where we need to start improvising together again. Because this game is written as we go along. And although it's nice to like have ideas and think about what could be potential future storylines or side quests, sometimes because of the nature of the game, we can't like confirm them until we actually get to the part in the game. But it's definitely cool to have ideas for sure. I might have a few too. I might have just not said. The security photo on my driver's license looks like Jesus. It's messed up. Yeah, sick boy's Jesus as well. Used to play Final Fantasy in the 90s. Those classic RPGs are so lovable. They are. Final Fantasy very special to me. Okay, so let's just test if it's working. Okay, well it isn't yet. Maybe that's because we have to go out the scene first. I know, it's a bit weird. And we also have to fix this silly parallax map issue again still, because sometimes it takes like 5 seconds to load the map in, which is obviously not good. And I did hear a rumour that the current parallax map plugin I'm using isn't amazing. So I might look into other parallax map plugins that do the same job, and maybe they'll stop this issue. Because currently I have things set up okay. Basically what I do when I go from one scene to another is I fade out the screen, wait 100 frames and then fade in again. So it's got 100 frames to like add all the parallax map overlays and stuff. So yeah, it's bind picture to map plugin I'm using. Maybe there's a better one out there, because it seems a bit slow. And I don't really want to have to put it up to too many frames to wait, because people will think the game's crashed. We have to wait that long. I mean, maybe a preloader would work. I did try a preloader plugin, but it didn't work. Or maybe I didn't do it properly. Okay, so we were in the middle of doing our UI window. So the main goal is we're going to get a sort of shadow behind the text so it's actually visible. So that will do that, but that's probably way too dark as it currently is. So I'm going to make it much paler. We'll test what it looks like if it's on 20%, and we can just have a mess around if it's too dark or too light. So we'll see how that looks. We'll do another test play. It doesn't have inline loading of objects like maps. I think that's what you mean. Morrowind is the first game I know to use inline loading, but there are probably more. Yeah, I mean, parallax mapping is extremely popular on RPG Maker. So those people have obviously figured out a good way to handle it. But it does seem to be a bit weird. Like, as you could see when we did that test play, it took at least 5 seconds for the map to load in, and it doesn't always do that. Sometimes I can walk from map to map and they're there straight away. It's very random. Like, sometimes it'll be fine and other times it'll take time to load, and obviously when the episode comes out, we don't want that. We don't want to even risk people seeing that, because that would be very messy. I want this game to work perfectly, so that's definitely something I have to look into for sure. Okay, so it's still too pale, so it's currently at 20%, so we'll put it up to 40%, I think. But we'll make the edges a bit smoother so it doesn't look so square, and then it might look cool then. Okay, so the way I can think of doing it is get a really soft eraser brush and just go around the edge, but maybe there's a better way to do it. Maybe a blur tool or something. Right, I'm gonna put a background here just so we can actually see. It can be hard to see when it's transparent. And we can easily just get rid of it after. So get rid of it, make it go back to how it was. So yeah, it's definitely too square. The radar blur didn't really work amazingly. This blur could be fine. We put it as that could work. So I just don't want the edges to be like, you know, like that. I want it to be a lot smoother and the shadow to blend in with the background of the game. So we'll get rid of that and we'll save again and test it. Might need to put the opacity up a little bit more, but we'll see. Another test play. I don't think a game working perfectly has ever happened, says Jesus. Yeah, it's a pretty hard thing to do, but can give it a go, I guess. The main thing is that it's not like terrible in terms of bugs. As long as far as I'm aware, it's working fine. That's the main thing. I'm definitely not going to release anything if we've got messy stuff happening, put it that way. Okay, so there's a bit of an issue here. That blur didn't do the job. I mean, it's got rid of like the really hard edges, but not properly. In fact, it's made a weird line go across as well in the middle. See, I'm not actually sure how RPG Maker windows do this and how they work. I should probably look into it rather than just guess. But I'm the sort of person that prefers to mess about with something and figures it out rather than read a tutorial. Okay, so I wonder why, because yeah, it seems like the hard edges are still there but not there, and that might be because of that, because it is like what would happen if I made it a little bit smaller? What would happen then? Because yeah, I think having it that close to the edge, it you know, we're not going to get rid of the edges at all, are we? And that's the problem. So what I'm going to do, yeah, we'll go back to that. I'll put it on 3 times now. Then we'll definitely not have rough, like hard edges. Yeah, Bethesda game. It can be hard, like especially with open world games and such. To like for them not to be bugged, to not have bugs. Okay. There we go. This is strange, you know, it's like still there, the rough edges. You know, if I can solve those hard edges and just make the opacity a little bit more, then that could work. Obviously get rid of that awful black font. Yeah, it's definitely not dark enough, the box, yet. There was a reference, there was a game I saw that like did a quest thing. If I can find a screenshot, I'll show you guys. Because I really thought it was super pretty, and I'm trying to get a similar look with our quest window. Let me just see if I can find. I think I saved it in my documents actually. So let's see if I can get it. Liquid, welcome to the Discord. It's good to have you with us. I'll say hi. because I'm friendly and stuff. I think I've found the reference image. I saved it because I was like, oh, that's super pretty. I want that same sort of quest window for my game, so it's here. If you can see, they've got, like, it's not in a box, they've got the shadow, and that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. And I just think it looks quite pretty, so trying to get that sort of effect. That's the goal. And I'm not sure what the game's called, but it's an indie game. I need to find out what it's called. Okay, so back to trying to get that window. But yeah, looking at that image there, like, they don't have hard edges on their shadow. There's edges there, but they're very soft, so I'd love to get that sort of look as well. So it's just figuring out how to do that. I might have to do a little search on the RPG Maker forums to see how they get it to work, but we're definitely going to have to increase, there we go, have it 60%. So that's like a circular thing, so I figured that would get rid of the hard edges, just having it like a circle. It seems not. Seems not. We'll save it again and have a look if that shadow is dark enough first though. Lots of test plays. Do they have different types of shadows to choose from in a drop down menu? If not, I don't know. Unfortunately not, Liquid. It all has to be done manually. You either have to do it yourself, edit it, or you have to find an asset that already exists that does it, that already is like that. But I'm not sure if there is any existing assets that have a sort of soft shadow background. Most of them are very boxes, the ones I've seen. So I'm attempting to do it manually, and I thought it'd be easy, but nothing ever is. So it seemed like what I tried to do didn't fix the black text issue. Still needs to be a touch darker because the text isn't completely, you can kind of see it but you kind of can't, so it needs to be a touch darker. But the edges are just too hard at the moment. It's still a box, you know what I mean? Still got a box look happening, and I really figured how I did it would have fixed that. So I'm going to take a screenshot and we're going to compare it to that reference image I found. Let's go back to RPG Maker. Thank you, list_Mo for the follow. Good to meet you. Okay, so yeah, this is the image. So definitely theirs is a lot softer. I want that. Right, I'm gonna have to do a Google. Because you'd think that would be super soft, wouldn't you? But nope. Your Discord is awesome. Lots of channels. Yeah, we do have an awesome Discord, don't we? We got lots of stuff. Even we got an adorable pets channel, selfie channel, creative work channel, all of it. Okay, so another Google. I'm gonna just I'll get the forum up once if I manage to find a thread. We'll see. So RPG Maker window skin. hard edge. Oh, I'll change it to soft edge. Doesn't seem that there's anybody even asking. I'm going to read into how it works. Maybe having some understanding how that window PNG works will help me create something that I need. Window skin. Post big, yeah, I love cats. I love all animals. Feel free to post all your pets, guys. All the animals are the best. Who wouldn't like kitties? Some people don't, funnily enough, but I do. I had a cat myself once. She lived till she was 20. Google's come up saying you're a robot. Our systems have detected unusual traffic from your computer. I think I'm a robot. Because I'm Googling so much nonsense, that's why. Yeah, like if you look, let me get it up and you'll see. Like I'm just Googling window skins. They all kind of have the box background. None of them have a non-background with a soft edge. What's this? Yeah, it's still a box. So I am going to likely have to create my own. It's just knowing how to go about it. Maybe I've got to just really put that blur on. Maybe I've not blurred enough. Like literally I'm doing the blur a bazillion times now. Okay, we'll see how that looks. And if that doesn't work, something's terribly wrong. I don't know if there's another way to do the UI, is there? No, because the plugin needs the window skin. That's how it grabs the window skin. It does confuse me a little though. I think what it must do is this, you see. It must like just grab it as a square, it must do. So that's why I've still got the hard edges no matter what. I have another plan. We can just make it even smaller. We can try that. But we'll have another peek first and see. Hello lovely people. Hi Kung, how are you doing? I hope you had a good weekend, Kung. It's wonderful to see you. Oh no, Rose found the dark web. Oh my goodness, Jure, found out my secret. I'm a robot. Have you guys ever had that before when you've been on Google saying, like, Google asking you if you're a robot? I have it all the time. I'm up to no good, me. Yeah, so as you can see, it's still a hard edge. It's not wanting us to have that. And I wonder why it has that weird line in the middle as well. Although I must say, the transparency works very well like that. It's probably about right, but the problem is it's just, the hard edge looks awful. I just want it to have that nice, soft. So, yeah, like, this is my reference image. Here it is. Trying to go for this look. We're trying to create a map quest window, basically, showing our most active quest on our screen, on our map. And this game has exactly what I'm trying to do here. They've got a nice little shadow in the background. It's not too overpowering, but just enough to make the text visible. And it's soft. It's not a hard edge. They've got another colour for the title, which I would like to add these sort of effects in as well, for sure. I'm going to mess around with those after. I just want to get that soft shadow background first of all. Because, yeah, I'm not a fan of the box. I mean, the box is okay, but it's just too many boxes, isn't it, on the screen? So it'll just look prettier. So here we are. Here is what we have to edit to get the look we want, and it's definitely a little complex. So we're going to go back to the start. We'll get a background in again. So I resized it to 90%, and maybe that wasn't enough. What happens if I do this and then put a blur on it? Maybe that'll be a soft edge now. So I'm going to save it and see. So let's just get off my display capture. Because I don't really like to have my file explorer up. It's okay, like it's not revealing anything private, what I've currently got up. But sometimes it does. I have to be careful, so that's why I usually don't show that kind of stuff on stream. What is wrong with being a critical errors? Maybe I am a robot. Maybe that's my deepest, darkest secret, chat. Maybe I am actually a robot and not a vampire. Here we go. Fingers crossed. We did fix one of our problems today, though. We fixed the thing Juice mentioned last stream, so I'm happy we did that. Okay. It seems it's kind of worked. Kind of, because one, it's got rid of the hard edges, and I think that's because we made the size smaller, so it's not in, you know, the square. It doesn't like touch the edges like it did before, but it's too small. We can't see anything. Part of me's thinking maybe we could just put a text outline. Is that even possible to do that? I think we can. It might look really weird though and make the text look gross if we do that, but it would solve the problem of the text not being visible on the map. Let's have a mess around. I'll just get rid of Photoshop for a sec. Hi Binary, how you doing? And hi Mario Bomo, welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? Binary, you're number 77. You're getting close to that 500 Binary. Good job. Good job. And the side that doesn't duplicate is 12 pixels from each side. Ooh. New pics for Kitty, your Discord. Everybody look to see Liquid's Kitty. Once I'm back on Discord, I'll have a peek as well, Liquid. Sometimes I do look on stream when I get a mine. Then I earn my little bird, yay. Check general chat. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, let's have a peek. Okay, so you're telling me, Storm, that I can't go over this here, where it's dark, I can't go over, and as soon as I do that, I'll get hard edges. That does make sense. I kind of figured that that was the issue, I just wasn't sure how big the area was. So yeah, maybe it's too small at the moment and it was too big before, so if I have it in between the two, it might work out. 12 pixels. Awesome. Thank you for that, Storm. I appreciate the help. Let's look at this kitty. Oh my goodness. So fluffy. Can we have the kitty? I want the kitty. What an absolute cutie pie. Here as well. Oh my god, what a fluffer. And look at Minor, his doggo as well. All the cute animals, guys. Keep sharing them. The Jiray. I take it you changed your name, Jiray. I'm assuming that's why you don't have any raindrops at the moment, because you would have had a lot, Jiray, because you've been here for a while. So, what was your old name? I'll have to add them to your new account, because unfortunately that happens, guys. If you do change your name on Twitch, your raindrops do reset because the bot doesn't recognise you as the same person. So I have to manually add the raindrops to your name. Oh, okay, Jiray. I'll do that then after stream. I'll get that sorted for you. So you should have your raindrop. Actually, I'll do it now. Might as well do it now. Okay, so currency. There's a search box where I can put Jiray, because Jiray's probably curious how many raindrops he's got. Oh my goodness, Jiray, you have some. So your current one has 42 and your previous one has 517. So 517. There you go. It's updated. So I'll delete your other one now. 83. So that would be how many hours? 90 hours in stream. There you go. Should work now if you do the raindrops command. Oh my. Yeah, you got those raindrops. Just got home. My little doggo, she's been on vacation at my mum's for a week. Oh, come go and see your doggo. Share the piggies. Jiray's so excited that you've done it wrong, the command. Yeah, it was just the excitement, that's why. I don't blame you. I'd get excited if I wanted to check my raindrops. Okay, so where were we? Let's get Photoshop back up again. So, right. We made it a little bit small. So I'm going to put it back. If we do it at about... Nah, we'll have it at 70. Because we've got to allow room for when we make it softer and blur it. There we go. Do it again. Actually, we'll do it once first and see how that looks. So we'll see how it looks, but if it doesn't look perfect, I'm going to consider putting an outline with the text, if that's even possible. I'm going to have to look into the plugin settings for the fonts and all that to say. But first we'll do a test play to see how this looks now. Off to see a movie, have a great day. Hi Val, how are you doing? I hope you have fun watching the movie. Let us know what movie it is. And Val, you're getting those raindrops too. Yay. Thank you for all the lurks, guys. Okay. We still got that weird line. I can't tell, but there is a shadow there and it works, but something doesn't look right. You know what? I just think that it looks strange. To just put it simply. I think the text doesn't stand out enough. There's another way we can go about this actually. There's probably a few ways, but this is another way. Instead of doing the blur thing, we could always do something like this. I think that's definitely more than 12 pixels, isn't it? Oh no, it isn't. Need to make it a bit smaller. $75 then. So my other one was my first idea, getting a soft brush. Well, soft brush eraser. And that way, it'll probably take a bit of messing about to make it perfect. I can't rush this. This is going to be a bit messy how it is at the moment. But it gets rid of the hard edge at least, but it still keeps it a square. And that's kind of what it is on this reference image as well. You know, you can still see the square though. It covers all the area so you can see the text. But it's just not a hard edge, so it looks better. But obviously it looks a mess like that. So, maybe there's another blur tool that's better than that particular blur. What's box blur? Box blur could do the job, but it's going to go outside the 12 pixels like that. So, and then we'll get the hard edges again. But you know, that could make the shadow better. I'm going to just give this one more shot and we'll keep it like this for now. And if it doesn't look good enough, I'm going to see if we can get a text outline and how that'll look. You know, that doesn't look too bad, but it works, but at the same time, like, especially at the edges, like where it's got Everbloom Forest on the third line, it's not very, it doesn't stand out very much. And maybe that's because the green doesn't really complement the grey colour we're using. Or maybe it's just because the shadow isn't there. I don't think it's reaching it enough. Maybe that's why. So yeah, maybe we have to make that box a bit bigger. I'm kind of paranoid because I don't want it going over the 12 pixels. So I was a little bit paranoid. But I think with some adjustments and messing about, we can get that how we want. But because, you know, with the thing with having a sort of transparent UI element like this, you got to be careful because especially when you're walking over the grassy areas, that it's not going to be very visible. The green text isn't, and I do like to use the green text for the Everbloom Forest location because it separates it from the rest of the text. So that is why I kind of was considering looking into text outline or something to just make the text not look more legible, basically. Can you edit glow maps, or is that not a thing in RPG Maker? Yeah, what are glow maps? maps. There are glide maps, but it seems they wouldn't help blur your edges. If you let me know what a glide map is, or show me a picture of a glide map. That'll help. 'Cause I'm actually not sure. So let's just close that for a sec. I mean, I don't even think we can get that shadow working with a soft edge now. I mean, it was almost very much there then. But like, even just looking at this image, the one I really like that I'm using as a reference, their text has a sort of drop shadow going on. It doesn't have a text outline, because yeah, text outlines might look a bit messy, but they definitely have a drop shadow. So it kind of makes me want that for our text, because then we won't have the worry of things not standing out enough. It'll definitely stand out with a drop shadow. I really like I love the glow thing. I love the different colour at the top here for the quest. So let's get our window. Can we do that with our window, or are we very limited with what we can create here? Let's just have a look again. Let's get Photoshop up and have a peek. Because this is the background here. This was the frame, and obviously we're not having a frame. What goes here? That's the selector. That's the arrow. And they obviously won't be visible. They're not relevant to this. Pardon me. So if we were like wanting to glow, would we just have to like put it here on this top one? Because we wouldn't want it all the way around, would we? Because then it'll be like a box again. But if we want it to have like sort of glow, like how that reference image has it, we'd probably need it on the top one, I assume. There's definitely ways we could make it more pretty. They make objects glow like a different colour. I was thinking maybe light shade and would help blur, but they don't really blur, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, RPG Maker isn't like probably as advanced as some engines for sure. And we kind of just have to do it manually with this particular asset you can see here. And once we mess around with that, we've got to just hope that it looks good, I guess. So, yes. I think a drop shadow on the text would be the next step, personally. So I'm going to just have a peek in the plugin. But I might have to do it myself. Because I do use a custom font for this. It's a pixel font, and it's a custom one. Right, so map quest window. Does it say anywhere about the font? So if I get this, as you can see, this is the map quest window settings, and it's got font face, and it says game font because it calls the game font. But we can always make another font that is literally the same one but with a drop shadow added, because I don't think there's any way to add that. Like, there's not an option for drop shadow or anything, so we'd have to do it manually. And then if the drop shadow looks good, we can make the shadow look a bit more subtle then, maybe it's a little bit dark as it is at the moment, but I still kind of want a shadow to be there, but probably not like be too dark in colour, if that makes sense. But there's something else I want to try first. I want to try that line thingy-majig. So, what's the width of this? 96? Yeah, so it's probably got to be 96 as well for this particular part. So I'm going to just test something basically. I kind of really like this look here, with the line just on the top bit, so no box on this. I don't like a box all around, but I do like the line at the top, so I'm gonna see if I can do something like that with this. I don't know if it'll work, but might as well try, right? So I'm not even sure what colour, but because Raindrop Chronicles, we're going with a sort of blue colour scheme for our interface, I feel like we should do that. So I'm just gonna open something a sec. I'm gonna kind of use this similar kind of look. It was, should be here, yeah. It was something, a bit of UI I made for the battle system to show the active character. So I want to get the same colours and glow as this. I forgot how I got the glow, but it's straightforward enough. It should just be how to glow. Once again, it might go off the edge. Yeah, I'm probably going to not get the exact look I'm after first time. But I just want to know it'll work first of all, so. Yeah, I'm not happy with that look. Yeah, I definitely want it to look more of a glide, but that'll do for now. We'll test it. It might look terrible, but you know, you've got to experiment to get something great. Hi Cornelius, how you doing? Good to see you. Rosie Beans, that's her name. It looks all black because the transparency imager is black, so you have to download it. I don't know if you are looking for something like this. I tried to make the shading with precision. Oh, okay, you've got me a link now. I've just noticed that. Let's have a look. I'll get it up. Thank you, Storm. How you doing, Cornelius? I hope you're having a good day. Oh yeah, imager, open it properly. There we go. I can see, kind of see it now on the grey background. So it's a black square basically with a sort of blur outline. Yeah, it's kind of similar to what I've been going for here, isn't it? Maybe. It's hard to see on the imager background though because it's dark grey. But I could save the image and open it up, I guess. We'll have a look. We'll open it up in Photoshop in a sec. But first, I'm going to do that test play to see if it's worked. But I've saved your image, Storm, and we'll open it up for sure. Okay, test play number 1 billion, is it now? It will be by the time we've finished this game. I'm good, and you guys doing good, Cornelius. Doing a bit of UI stuff today. Just making the elements look more appealing. But it's not working so far, but we'll get there. Basically, our little map quest window, we're trying to go for a non-boxed look because we've already got the map that's like in a box, so we don't want too many boxes on the screen, and it was originally in a blue box just like the map, but we're trying to go for more of a, you know, non-boxed UI for this bit. But it's not looking amazing yet. This text doesn't stand out enough, but we'll get there. I don't know if that worked. I mean, we do have a line there, but wasn't that line there before? It's a white line. So yeah, I kind of want that white line to be a blue line instead and have more of a glow to it, basically. And we're going to change them icons as well. I definitely want the bullet points for the quest objective to look more subtle and not be a square. I want it to be something that's a lot more subtle. And as for the star by Lost Sister, I think I'm going to have a special icon as well for the quest. There's an icon generator, so we're going to have a look at that soon as well. Hopefully before the end of stream we'll have a mess about in the icon generator. Okay, so close and down. You guys looking awesome so far. Thank you, Cornelius. I appreciate the kind words. I have an itchy nose. Silly itchy nose. Silly itchy nose. Always happens when I stream. Get all these weird allergies and fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna open what Storm sent me. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll look better, let's say, than what we've currently got. So we'll copy it and we'll pop it in. I should have done paste into place, really. Paste into place, there we go, because then we don't have to shift it. So I'm going to just hide the one I was doing. Now I'm going to keep it there, but I'm not going to delete it, but I'm going to hide it for sure. So we'll use yours for now and see how that looks. For some reason though, it didn't work. I tried to test whether this blue line would appear, but it doesn't. So maybe I'm missing something there, but we'll look into that as well. Because yeah, it would look cool if we had a blue line. Sort of to just separate the title and the quest title from the objectives, I guess. Yay, thank you, Kang. So I'll save this again one more time and we'll do one more test play. And we can come to the conclusion then if we need a drop shadow on the text. If the shadow looks a bit too much, then I'm probably going to be inclined to put a drop shadow on the text instead, because it'll be probably a little bit more subtle, and then we can make the shadow a bit paler so it doesn't look too much. So we'll see first how it looks. Silly black text. Bug. Silly black text bug. That shadow looks pretty cool. I'd say it's basically what we probably want, but I think we still do need that drop shadow. It's mainly because of the text on the lines going under, you say. The Everbloom Forest bit isn't very visible, and sometimes, you know, the white text isn't that visible either. It depends where we are on the map and what the background is at the time, because yeah, obviously if you're standing up by the brown cliffs, the white text is very visible, but then when you get down, you know, if you're against paler backgrounds, the white text isn't going to stand out as much. So I am probably gonna look at my custom font and put a drop shadow there, and I might just test a few letters at first, maybe just the go-to bit, the G, the O and the T, and see how the drop shadow looks on them, and maybe that will be a good idea. And we'll still keep the shadow, but we might make it a little bit paler if the drop shadow on the text works okay. And yeah, icons is the next job. Maybe we should look into icons first before we go messing about with the font. I don't know actually. I kind of want to do both of them. This is why I want to clone myself so I can do all the things. Is it the shadow for the trees? Oh, the tree shadow is totally fine, Connies. The shadow we're currently looking at is the UI shadow. You know, right in the corner, the top right corner there where it's got Lost Sister. It's our little quest map overlay thing showing the most recent quest. So we just try and get that looking good really, because it's not the prettiest at the moment, but we are gonna get a super pretty quest overlay for sure. And basically this is my inspiration. Something like this. I mean, it's not gonna look exactly like this obviously, but something where it's not in a box, it's just, you know, loose on the screen, and there's a little shadow behind it and a little bit of a drop shadow on the text as well, like a very subtle drop shadow, and something really simple really like that. That's kind of the look I'm going for. But the most important thing is to get the text to stand out, because that can be a challenge when you don't have a background or a solid colour background. So that's the goal. I see, like a little transparency. Yeah, I think it's needed, because otherwise we've already got a map that's in a box, a blue box, and if we have too many boxes on the screen, it might be a bit much, and I think it'll just look a bit tidier. And I think for the nature of the quest overlay itself, because it isn't stuck on the screen like the map, it kind of goes off sometimes. It'd be distracting if we keep seeing a box going off and on. It'll be a lot more subtle if it's sort of transparent overlay. Oh my gosh, why have I got such a dry throat? Okay, so next task. I'm out of curiosity, I'm going to open my font and I'm going to just literally test a couple of letters with a drop shadow. I don't want to do them all because it'll be a bit time consuming, and I want to do a few other things this stream, like have a look at the icon generator. But I definitely want to know if the drop shadow thing's going to work, so fonts, game font. So the game font CSS basically calls something called freepixel.ttf. So I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna call it freepixel with shadow. I don't know what else to call it, but that's easy to remember. It's literally the same font with a shadow. Have we got a font editor? Damn. I don't think I actually have it on my computer anymore, the font editor. Might have to download a program. One that's going to be easy though to add a drop shadow. So I'm going to have to do that off stream then, because I don't have a font editing program. I think I cleared a load of my programs recently, that's why. Food, now I want some, damn it. Oh, what food do you want, guys? What are you hungry for? Cookies? Okay, so I'm gonna leave the quest window UI for now. We'll go back to that. Might do a bit off stream tonight, and maybe I'll have something to show you tomorrow that looks better. But for now, let's do some icons. Let's figure out what icons we can have. I hope you guys can't hear any noise in the background, because it's a little bit noisy in my house at the moment. Hope my mic's being good and not picking the noise up. Okay, so this is the plugin that we're after. Allows you to easily create icon sheets and piece together new icons with various icon generator parts. Piece together. So yeah, it's just literally simple as making your own icons by the look of it, and that's what we need to do. We need better icons for our map quest overlay and in our actual journal on the menu as well. Oh, thank you for the follow, Liquid. Appreciate that. You'd love a poke bowl. I love some sushi right now. That's what I fancy. Okay, so how are we going to download this? You could download them right here. Okay, so I'm going to just hide this for a sec. Okay, so I'm going to have to open it up. Open up my file explorer. I'm excited to look at it. I have no idea how it works, but we'll soon see. Oh, I definitely wanted to do this on stream. Sushi draw. I know it's so yummy, isn't it, Kung? People don't know what they're missing out on if they've not had sushi before. Oh, this icon generator must be bulky. Taking a long time to download. Maybe I've just got a slow computer, but I haven't. It's fine. But yeah, in all honesty, probably because I'm streaming. I know. Maybe that's what it's like. I'm hungry, guys, but I ate all my chocolate. I did have some chocolate, but it's all gone now. I was greedy and I ate it all up. You talking about food has got me wanting foods. Ooh, let's have a look what have we got. We'll go on here because it seems it's an application and I don't have a window capture for it. Ooh, exciting. I have no idea what icons we should have. All I know is something like bullet points that look quite subtle and not too bulky for the objective bullet points. So I really don't like we got like really weird big white circles with the in a white box at the moment. It looks a bit messy. Let's make this big. Okay, so I've never used this before. I'm new to this. If anybody in stream knows this, then feel free to give me an introduction to it. But if not, I'll figure out my way around this. So we're making icons, everybody. That's the goal. So what's going on? This just looks like a load of different icons that are already made to me. Not ones that I can make. Maybe I'm missing something. New icon sheet, yeah. Oh, that's why. I was confused. I literally thought this was the icon maker, but this is the icon sheet. So let's clear the sheet. We don't even want them there. So we'll make our first icon. I mean, the thing is we already have an icon sheet that we're using, and we are using some of those icons. So yeah, we might have to make some edits so that we don't accidentally get rid of those icons. But for now, we'll just use this one for now and see what we can do. So We've got a lot of choice. Holy butts. So I want one that doesn't have a background. So let's get rid of the background. I think we didn't have a background then, so we can get rid of the background altogether. That would be great. So delete. iTunes is in the way. There we go. Okay. So I want a sort of bullet point. Symbols. See, I'm not even sure I'm going to use this yet. It literally depends how much choice there is and how attractive the icons are. Because if they're not something I want, I'm likely going to just make my own or find other assets from the internet. It all depends if there's anything that takes my fancy, you see. But it is a good tool. It's just whether they've got what I'm after, or the vision I've got in mind, who I want as my icons. Because there's so many categories to look through here, and I don't even know where to start. This is interesting now. Might just have a look through them all. It's very handy for, like, you know, when you're creating items and stuff, like when we create our potions, it'll be handy then, and things like that. I'm not sure if we're going to get our actual, like, little objective bullet points here in the icons. There might not be those type of icons. But it's definitely good for your standard icons that you're after. Oh, that's what the quest plugin's using. Oh, hi, Master Emerald, doing the raid. I didn't hear the sound then. I didn't hear the raid sound. How are you guys doing? Re-illusion, Clompy, and how are you guys doing? How was your stream, Master Emerald? Were you doing some art today? Some more Inktober? Oh, you were doing some science and technology today. What were you doing, Master Emerald? And how's your Inktober going? I really liked the artwork you showed us on the stream the other day. I'm doing good, Master Emerald. Doing some UI bits today, looking into icons and our overlay for art and stuff, making it prettier. There's always so much different things to do in game making. I've got a big massive list of all the stuff that needs to be done, but we're getting there bit by bit. I mean, the progress from 2 weeks ago is quite a lot. It's going good. But thank you for the raid. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate you. So I'm literally I'm gonna have a peek through everything. All the categories, because I want to see what's actually available. So we'll start from the top. I've been kind of looking at bits, but let's start from the top. We've got a lot to go through. We'll just have a peek. So yeah, that's a sort of absorb magical effect. That's for items and armors. See that they're very handy as well for icons for armor. So for items and armour and things like that, what you'd get in your inventory, it seemed like it'll be really handy. You can give it your own background too. Customisation's always cool. Yeah, we're probably not gonna, it looks like there's no cute little bullet point icons here. I'm sure I'll find some. Yeah, and it could be good for skill icons as well. We've got a skill tree in this game, and we're definitely going to have a skill stream this week as well, for sure. I'm not sure what day yet, but we're going to have one because we need to clear a few things up with our skills. I'm going to skip a few. Ooh, food now. I'm hungry again. Fixing a 3D model of stairs for the game. Falling behind on Inktober again, but been enjoying what I've done. Oh, yeah, it must be so. It's such a challenge to do that daily. Oh my goodness, you'd get no time to do anything else. I know I wouldn't, because I'm slow as it is. If I was doing something, I'd spend all day on it. What kind of apps do you use, Master Emerald? Blender? Yeah. Awesome. This looks like great for being an all-in-one app. I've used Blender once, but I'm not really much of a 3D person, but I did like have a little dabble in it briefly once. Oh, hearts. You know what they're going to be used for, don't you? Our romance system icons. That's right, guys. We're going to have a romance system in Raindrop Chronicles. And it's probably not going to be introduced in episode 1. I'm not sure. I think that Kindle Trash's character might be what unlocks the romance system in the game. It'll be whenever we meet her. Ooh, instruments perfect for our bard. Whenever we get a bard, we still don't have a bard yet. So the bard is up for grabs still, guys, as a playable character. Yeah, for items, armour and skills, this is going to be an amazing icon creator. I don't know if we're going to get any icons for our quest journal. We might do. It would help if I actually had in mind an icon that could be used for each thing. There's just so many icons. I don't know where to even begin. Oh, objects for crafting. That's really cool as well. We've got even some crafting icons here. Because I think we will have crafting in Raindrop Chronicles as well. Ooh, yay, plants for crafting as well, because yeah, this is really cool. Like, I did actually think, how are we going to get all, you know, everything like that we need for all the items, the icons from. So this is looking pretty cool. I think it just overwhelmed me at first because there's just so many. But yeah, it's a good tool, guys. For those of you that don't know, it's a Yanfly plugin and it's called Icon Generator. And there's like so much in here. We've even got all the weapons as well. I don't think we've got all the weapons that our game has though, because we're going to have a lot of different classes and a lot of different weapons. So Sometimes I might need to find one on the internet again if they don't have what we want, but I'm going to try and be consistent at least with our icons. I want them all to obviously look like they're part of the same game. There's nothing worse than like inconsistent UI, in my opinion. Oh gosh, I've lost where I am. The states here as well. The symbol, I'm not a fan of the symbols here. But, because that was the first one I clicked, was like symbols. And then I looked, was like, oh. But some of the stuff in the other categories are really cool. When you end up at a convention on Saturday and decide I want to have a table at CubeCon, so I need to make some FF art. Oh my goodness, yes, please do Final Fantasy art. That's so exciting. I want to see some Final Fantasy artwork. Okay, so I think we're nearly through. I think we've nearly looked at everything. Oh, we got more weapons here. That's good. So like it says, we've got a lot of weapons. Yes, we looked through them all, and there's nothing that's grabbed me that we can use for our quest journal here. And like our little, because I want some really cute little bullet points for our quest objectives, because the one we've currently got in the game is very big and bulky, the white little circle we've got, so I want that changed. It's going to be really handy for general icons for sure. So I'm gonna just do a test play. I'm gonna make a note of the type of icons we're gonna need in our journal, just so I can remember, because I can't actually think off the top of my head the ones that we need. Okay, so off we go. Yeah, that black font bug needs fixing. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna just make sure I remember to do the drop shadow on the font as well. That's an important thing, that's like priority. Because it's hard to like know if this type of UI without the box is going to work until we've done that. Edward, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. So the icons that need changing, we need the bullet points for the quest objectives. And quest Lost Sister icon, because I don't think I want the star. I want something that I might have an icon for each quest, you know, something to symbolise what the quest is about. But yeah, definitely something smaller and not with a box for the quest objectives. That'll go a long way. And we've got the journal in here. So it's in progress icon, completed icon, and yeah, there's the rewards icon as well. So we haven't even decided what the quest rewards are going to be yet. We haven't had much of a discussion on items either, so we're gonna have a stream very soon for items. But it's something, items are something we'll slowly introduce bit by bit. The main thing we know is that the Everbloom Forest needs and something that gets rid of poison, because we get poisoned in the Everbloom Forest by the enemies here. So there'll be an antidote, but we're not going to call it antidote. We'll give it its own unique name. We're not going to copy Final Fantasy names. So we'll try and be a bit original. Hello, ladies and gents. Edward, how are you doing? Welcome. It's good to meet you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. If you have a favourite character, I'll draw them. I'm struggling to pick characters to work on because there's so many. Yeah, there is, isn't there? Oh my goodness, Final Fantasy. There's so many good characters in Final Fantasy. I do like Mog though. I must say I've got a plushie of Mog for a reason. He says hi. Yeah, I tend to like all the cute things like Mog, Cactua, the chocobos, and like, you know, all the cute animal creatures of Final Fantasy. I've always liked Vincent from 7. Yeah, who's my favourite in 7? I think I was a Tifa fangirl, but you know what? You're gonna laugh when you find out who my actual favourite character is in 7. Kate Sith. It's really the one that nobody picks, but I honestly think a hugely underrated character. Seriously. Okay, so what else? It's mainly, yeah, in progress icon, and I really don't know what to have as an in progress icon actually. Completed icon, but all I know is I don't like what the defaults are, so they're definitely going to get changed. We'll think of something, and I think that is for now the only icons that we need to consider. I mean, we've got other things. We've got skill tree here that we're going to have to mess around with. It's very bare at the moment, but we are going to make it look super awesome over time. And the good thing about this skill tree plugin is that you can have a background and things. You can have an actual background for the whole thing and a background for each of the squares for the skills. And we're going to have to do a lot of icon creation over time, but we do it bit by bit as we go through the game. So, my goodness, we are getting through the stream today, aren't we? Let's cross off this test play for now. So, I'm going to look at my tasks. I'm going to have a peek at what they are. So, I really want footsteps in the game, as the footsteps sound, and it's a real shame that plugin I tried was buggy, because I really think it adds a lot to immersion to have a footsteps kind of when the character walks. So that's something I still want to look into. We've more or less done our cutscene now, and that happens in the cabin. So although it says on our tasks that we've still got to do the cutscenes, we have done them now. I mean, we might still change bits slightly between now and episode 1's release, because things will always get changed until the release. But it's at a stage where it works and I'm satisfied. And what else? We did what Juice suggested, which was keep the text box up when the choices appear. We fixed that. And yeah, we were doing the map quest UI, which we're kind of halfway through at the moment. And yeah, we've got to get quests 1 and 2 written up in the journal as well, because we haven't written them up yet. But I kind of want to get the icon sorted first and the UI. And the last thing was to get the main quest indicators up on the mini-map. So basically, first main quest is here, and we'll have a little icon on the mini-map to show where she is. And we'll consistently do that throughout, so the player knows where they've got to go. Because I want the mini-map to kind of be an indicator for everything, really. Not just like to show where you are, but it's going to have like little icons over it too. Hi Absalon, how are you doing today? Welcome. Kate Sif was really weird, didn't pick up on the Kate Sif thing. Also, Vivi was really sweet from 9. Oh yeah, Vivi was by far my favourite character in Final Fantasy 9. Just easily. And I'm oh yeah, you've done a design for Vivi. Pin's awesome. Sorry, a Moogle, yeah. But yeah, Kate Sif, why is Kate Sif my favourite? Well, really good redemption character. The whole Temple of the Ancients scene was really moving with Kate Sith, and I loved it. And I think just genuine underrated character. I'm not really so much of a fan of Kate Sith in battle, I have to say. I can get why people don't like using Kate Sith in battle, but as an actual, the character and the character arc is really interesting. So I don't want to say spoilers. I mean, the game is super old now, but we've got the remake Final Fantasy VII coming. Some people might have not played the original and may only want to play the remake, so I'm not going to give any spoilers. Not any serious ones. The one about Kate Sith, anyway. I think everybody knows the one spoiler of 7. Everybody in the world knows that. But some people like the Kate Sith thing. Some people, I didn't really figure that out until I was like a teenager. I played the game when I was 7 and I didn't know then because I never really paid attention properly. Hello, hope you're having a good day, everyone. Hi ST47, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you all. It's Monday, but Mondays are good because I stream. And I'm streaming tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. You got me for 4 days in a row now. Hooray. My goodness, I'm a hungry one, guys. So I will be ending stream soon. But I'm going to just tell you that I'm going to be working on a bit of stuff tonight. And hopefully I can get the map overlay looking decent for tomorrow. That's going to be my goal for today. I really want to get that map UI done because it's kind of, the look of it's but I'm unsatisfied with it at the moment. And I want to get the quests written up, get some good pretty icons, and really other than that, when that's done, it's like just bits and bobs really. Yeah, the quest indicates the minimap, and then after that we've got to just like get the skills for the rest of the enemies of the forest set up. So we have they're all wandering around here. We've got a deer, we've got a stump, we've got a big tree as well here. And yeah, we've still got to do the ones in Winding Way as well. The flower and the bees, we've got to set their skills up as well. Because the only skills we've decided, the only ones that are set in stone, are the toxic plant and the mushroom. We did those months ago. But we got to do the other enemies. And we have to kind of consider the player skills as well. So that'll be fun. And I'm not sure if we'll do that tomorrow, but we'll definitely do it at some time this week. Okay, I'm a hungry one, and I've got some almond milk now. I forgot to tell you guys that I have some almond milk, and I've tried it for the first time the weekend. It's quite yummy. It was unusual at first, but it was super yummy after a bit when I got used to the taste. Okay guys, I'm going to head off a tiny bit earlier today. I'm going to drop my community awesome guys off at somebody's stream. And there's not a huge amount of people online today, but Elite's on. And Elite's going to be my default raid person, guys. If there's nobody, if it's at Twitch is a bit quiet and I'd have nobody to raid, then Elite's automatically going to be the person I'm probably going to go to, because he's making an RPG Maker game himself, and he's been a great addition to our lovely little community. So we'll go over to him. Tea at your house with almond milk, Rose. I hope everyone have a great day. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. It's been fun. And it's raid time. Rose Raid Blood with an emote of your choice. And yeah, so let's go say hi to Elliot. I am going to get his stream up just so it's there. And then we can go. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what we'll be focusing on yet tomorrow, but we're going to have fun no matter what. See you guys, have an awesome rest of your Monday, and thank you for hanging out. Bye bye.